there?
No, I'd come up
This end?
the whole thing.
Okay. I don't know what you want me to do.
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, come on in this way, so I'm hold it here, Brad. All right, lift it up now. All right. What are you doing?
I'm walking it in. What does
Okay.
it look like?
Ready? Okay.
Good over there?
Yeah, it's good over here.
I got one.
Slip down a little bit. Good.
So hard to talk when I'm right on it.
tops you do like you did the bottom.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we finally got all the tin up there. So this will probably be the last video of the build series. So there it is. You can tell how big she is just by the size of how the tractor is sitting there. So all the tins up. The only thing I guess left to do still is the ridge cap. It's the only thing I haven't done yet. Everything else is done except for that. So that's why it's still open in the middle. I just would like an extra set of hands to do that, so I'll get that done in a few days. But other than that, she's up. And it actually looks pretty good, so pretty excited about it. Finally got that done. Intermixed with, you know, working and all the other stuff we got going on, but she's not a small building. So it's gonna be nice. I'm not sure. I mean, I still gotta obviously clean up a lot of the cutoffs and whatnot. It's been nice that it's been raining like every day, so like a lot of these holes are starting to settle a little bit, so I got to compact that. You can see how these are in a little. Get all that kind of nicely more compacted, graded a little. And then I'll probably, I don't know, yeah, I'll probably bring that over here, the processor underneath. I got another 40 cords of timber coming in this week. Early next week sometime, and then I'm gonna bang through all that wood hopefully within a week or so, intermix when I'm doing trees and such, get all that done, and I'll probably do it in here. The only downside is if it keeps raining until I get gravel or whatever I end up doing, it's going to be soft, as you can tell just from driving the tractor in here, because it's just dirt and rock and whatnot. So but this is where the live deck will be, in here. Shoot, we'll see how it ships up. I'll probably bring that in here once it dries up a little bit, sometime over the weekend, hopefully. We'll get that in here. By the time you guys see this, I'll probably be processing wood already. So, but we'll get that in here, get everything, because this is where ideally I'd like to be able to back the trailer, in which we should be able to, somewhere in here. And once we get a disc cleaner, that'll be right where I'm standing, and then the trailer will come in over here or something like that. We'll see how it shapes up, but you'll get a better gifs of the sizes building once that processor gets in here, because we all know that's not small. And once down the road we get gravel, concrete in here, walls up, you know, I'll have some sort of dolly, something to be able to slide the machine back and forth, because once there's walls here, I can't use my tractor to move it, because I want it, you know, as close as over here as possible, keep as much room as we can in here. Well, we'll see how it works. But as far as building the building, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, Backwoods, they do a great job with how they engineer everything. Everything was pretty much what it was supposed to be. Truss is all lined up nice. Obviously, you just got to make sure when you're putting the post in the ground, they're where they're supposed to be, because otherwise that's going to throw everything off. Obviously, you know, not every pole was 100% straight, but with how long they are, you can manipulate them a little bit. I think the most we had to do anything was like a 1/2 inch, because one of the poles, which I believe was one of these, bowed out. I think we had to pull it in just a little. Nothing crazy though. Everything is pretty straightforward. You know what, the 30-foot span truss, obviously, even though you level it over there and on this side, you still got to make sure the middle is, because I mean that would move you know, an easy 6 to 9 inches. So you had to make sure that was straight. Once you put a couple purlins in, then it holds it, then you could do all the rest. So it's a little time consuming if you want it done correct, because otherwise tin's not going to line up straight, and by the time you get to one end to the other, you're going to be at least a foot off. So what I did is on the board up there, the fascia board, I put a screw there, one on the other side had a string going all the way across. That way, no matter what, I could keep, you know, the tin going on straight. Because obviously, if anyone's put tin on, you know there's a little bit of play when the ridges overlap. That's just to make sure that it was straight. That way it wasn't getting cockeyed or crooked and so on. And obviously the ridge cap will just sit right on there, screw all that in and be done with it. So that's easy. I'm not going to film that. So do have 2 sheets left over because where we cut the purlins that hung over, I think we have I'd have to double check. I think it's a foot overhang. Could have went all the way out to like 18 inches, but I thought a foot was fine. So I got 2 spares, which is good. In case one of them gets damaged somehow, I can at least pull it off and put up a new one. So, but yeah, that'll be the building for now. Like I said, we'll see what I end up doing this fall, if I end up putting a bunch of gravel in here or not. I probably will, but we'll see. I mean, I got a lot to do these next couple months. If I don't even know if I'm gonna have time to do that, I'll probably have to do something over there. I have wood chips that I can at least put up there so it's not mud. I don't really want to do that in here because I'm gonna have to scrape it all up when we do gravel, and I'm not gonna get this concreted this year. I want this to go through at least one freeze this winter. That way everything, whatever shifts, because even after getting this graded, we've had a ton of rain before we put the roof on, you know, you can see like where it's settling, so which is good. And we've been driving on this with the tractor, the lift, all over, so it's getting compact. I mean, it feels solid. So, but I'm pretty excited. Now I can have the processor underneath the roof. You're not baking in the sun. It's not getting rained on. It's not getting snowed on. For the most part, obviously we all know snow blows, so there'll be snow that gets underneath there, but at least it's not just sitting out. So I get to protect my investment. Yeah, I got to move some, you know, move the logs a little closer. Haven't figured out where I'm going to stage any of that yet when I do bring up logs. So we'll see, but it's going to be perfect. I mean, you drive the logs right through here, right on the live deck, back the truck trailer, right in there, right over the conveyor, and so on and so forth. And once it's concreted, you could have totes in there and be stacking totes in there out of the sun, use a pallet jack or whatever to move them around, get to the sawdust real easy, put up a new bladder versus doing it on the grass. So it's going to be sweet, you know, and it's tucked away in the woods here, so pretty excited. But big shout out to Backwoods Buildings and Truss for this building. I'm really glad I came across them. It is as advertised. Check them out. Obviously I have links in the description if you want to take a look at them, but they'll build whatever size that you're looking for, do all the engineering and all that. If you choose to have that done, they can make and send you just the truss if that's what you want, and do everything else yourself. The full kits, you name it. I mean, they have it where you could do like lean-tos off the sides, full enclosures, whatever height that you want. So I check them out. I would definitely use them again if I ever build anything else down the road. I mean, I've already thought about like a lean-to off the front. I don't know. Probably won't do that just because of how the grade goes, but if I choose to, I would do that. It all depends on how everything shapes up. So not that I need it, I got plenty of space now, but pretty excited. So now, like I said, it's getting back to firewood processing, and delivery season's right around the corner. So, but yeah, check out Backwoods, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. But as always, keep burning.